Hey, welcome back to the most passionate program on YouTube and possibly the internet for card collectors. I'm your host, Jake Roy. Welcome back to 90 Ball Cards. So today I have a pack opening that I've been waiting to share with you. It's actually a pack that is surprisingly very hard to find. And it's got some kind of hidden gems that we could potentially pull that are pretty rare cards. I don't think they get their full due in the hobby. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I'll share some information about that. And then we'll just get right into it. Hope we get some fire and keep that streak alive. Let's get right into it. All right, so today we've got a special pack, like I said. So this is, it might just seem like any old 1997 Upper Deck Collector's Choice, but I assure you this is different. So you can see this is in a kind of a retail packaging. Memorabilia Mania is what it says on there. But what this is, it's a jumbo pack, and this is actually one of those elusive ANCO packs that you might have heard me talk about when I'm talking about the star attractions from the Collector's Choice set in 97-98. So these packs have more cards than your average pack. It looks very similar in coloration and everything to your retail pack, but these have 19 cards in each pack. And in each pack, you are guaranteed to get a star attractions. Now, there are two different levels of the star attractions, and we'll get into it when we get into the inserts, because that's the only thing that we're looking for. But this is the only way you can get the star attractions gold. So star attractions silver were in a few other of the of the UD Choice or the Collector's Choice products in 97-98. But the gold versions, the gold parallels, are only in these packs. And these packs are not terribly easy to find. In fact, when I got this on eBay, I spent a little bit more than you might think a Collector's Choice pack would go for, but I spent about $5 plus shipping, so probably right around the $8 to $10 mark for this one pack, because I really wanted to share this with you. I know I've talked a lot about the star attractions both on Instagram, on Twitter, and some on the channel as well, so I really wanted to get this pack to dig in and show you a live example of what you could expect and how you could potentially get it. There's not a lot of information known about these types of packs, so again, hunting them down, if you're trying to search for something, if you search ANCO, it's probably not going to be listed that way. Memorabilia Mania, it's probably not even going to be listed that way. A lot of times, these are popped out of the blisters. This packaging is kind of called a blister pack, and you'll just see the regular pack by itself. So, a little bit of insider tip: if you're looking to try to find some of these, and you find a listing, or you're at a yard sale or a hobby shop or what have you, and you see Collector's Choice packs, don't just pass them over. I know a lot of us do. I do it as well. I've actually missed some packs after the fact, because if you look at the pack and you just think it's Collector's Choice, you might not be interested. But if you look down the bottom, it will tell you that there are 19 cards per pack, and in each pack there is a Star Attractions insert card. So that's what you're looking for to tell the difference. Outside of if you see it in this packaging. If you see it in this packaging, the blister pack, you know what you're getting. If you don't, and you're looking at Collector's Choice packs, just take an extra little peek down the bottom there, and that will be your guiding light as far as whether or not you might have something that could have a great and pretty rare and pretty unheralded at this point insert. So obviously the big firepower that we're looking for is Jordan. I'm wearing this is actually the warm-up shirt that you probably have seen if you've seen any of the episodes of The Last Dance, The Last Dance documentary of the Bulls. So this is actually the warm-up shirt that a lot of those guys wore in the 97-98 season. So something fun I thought I'd bring out for this pack opening. Hopefully it gets us some good luck and we get some Jordan fire in here. But without any further ado, let's look into the fire and talk a little bit more about some of the odds. Alright, so here we've got some of the PC items that we could see in this one pack that we have. So we'll start here. We've got the Star Attractions. This is the base. These are the silvers that we'll see, one in every pack. So we've got here a Penny, which is my PC guy. Obviously, we've got a Jordan. Can't go wrong with Jordan and Iverson. So three of my favorite guys from the 90s to get cards of. So, like I said, these are one per pack. You can see it's got the silver foil all around, die cuts all around. These things, you'll see when we open this pack, maybe we get lucky and get a really clean copy. But these things are typically, they have dings around the corners and edges and stuff, between the foil and the die cut. It's pretty common to see these things not in the best shape in the world. So that's something to be on the lookout for when you're looking at some of these. If you can find one that's in better shape, kudos to you. But if we're looking at the value of these cards, I know that's probably one of the things that we want to hone in on today is, not a high value card. for these silvers anyway. You know, the penny and the Iverson are probably about $1 to $5. The Iverson, you can see it's a picture of him from his rookie season, but this is a second-year card of Iverson. I do like getting cards of him in his rookie season. Those are kind of cool because of the different jersey and whatnot. You know, and then if you're looking at the Jordan, you're probably looking at about a $20 card for Jordan, but I have seen those go significantly cheaper. You know, again, condition can be key there. So, you know, finding something for $10 or $15 isn't uncommon. $30 isn't a bad price for that either. You know, that's right around 20 to 30 is pretty average for good condition copies. So, you know, these aren't hard to find by any means. I mean, the penny, the Iverson are pretty easy to find. Even the Jordan is not too hard to find. Like I said, they're one in every single one of these packs, but these were also in other products. So some of the other stars that you might be looking to find in this set, you know, Kevin Garnett, you've got Grant Hill, Tim Duncan, this is his rookie season, so that's a pretty collectible one as well. But again, none of these really bring home a ton of money. The Jordan is probably the one more valuable out of the bunch. But not terribly rare, like the gold, which we'll get into. So those, we should see one of those in the pack unless we get a gold. So the gold, like I said, and I've, you know, talked about before, these are only found in these jumbo packs we have here. And the odds of finding one in a jumbo pack is 1 in 20 packs. So relatively rare, even in these, in this pack format. So these are also pretty hard to find in my experience. You know, the penny is one that I had been looking for quite a while. And, you know, I never really saw it go for anything lower than $30 or $40. And then I found a couple that did go for less, and I snatched those up as quickly as I could because I just really love this card. You know, the gold can be somewhat subtle. Some people could miss it, but, you know, it's a stark contrast if you compare it to the silver here. You know, you can clearly see all the lettering, all the logos, all the foil is all gold. You can see it on the back as well. You know, you've got the gold down there on the bottom, and also in the card number. So, you know, it's a pretty clear distinction, but also these, you know, they're just not easy to find. You know, in looking at value, like I said, the penny, I think a fair value is probably about $30 on this. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see it go for more, but at the same time, like I said, I have been able to find them for less. I've hunted for them, though. It's not like they've just been easy to find. I definitely went through, you know, pretty lengthy measures to try to find some and secure them. So, you know, the Jordan, despite how rare of a card it is, it's really only worth about twice as much as the base copy. You know, so you're looking at $50 to $60 for the Jordan, which I think is a phenomenal price. In all honesty, I would not be shy to pick one up at that price. You know, and looking at some of the other players, you know, penny surprisingly is one of the more valuable outside of Jordan. Tim Duncan, obviously being a rookie, is a little bit more, you know, he's right around the $20 price point. You know, but then looking at somebody like KG or Iverson, who usually is right around the same price or maybe even a touch higher than penny in a lot of cases, those ones I've been able to find for $5 or $10. You know, so just, I think a really surprisingly easily obtainable card when you're talking about price point, but for a card that's not very easily found. You know, this is something that I kind of compare to the game data. I know there was somebody I had seen post on social media that had hypothesized that the print run of these might be around 200 or 250. You know, that's pretty hard to tell. I think that's probably a little bit on the low side, but safe to say that these are not the most common thing for 90s cards, and comparing these to something like the game data, I think the game data is much more rare, but I think that these are, you know, bring something else in addition to the foil. They also bring the die cut, so pretty cool stuff. Something that I like. You know, I know that's a little long-winded for just 2 inserts, but an insert that I really enjoy. So let's get right into the pack. All right, so here we have it, one pack. I will absolutely need some scissors, which I have right here, some little sharp ones to cut into this. I will try my best to stay away from the cards, but we can clearly see that the cards are all pushed down here, so I can probably get right into that seal. We have done blister packs before. These are not the easiest thing to open, so I will probably cut some of the filming just to make it a little bit easier to watch. But wanted to highlight again, here we see the 19 packs, and right down here we see it's you know, highlighting the star attractions. So that's what to look for if you find these packs outside of this blister packaging. So let's bust right into it. All right, there we have it. It was a little bit easier to get into than some of the prior ones I've opened. So 19 cards. Let's hope for some fire. All right, also hoping there's not a lot of sticking. I think the insert is right on the top. So here we've got something from the sweepstakes for an autograph, nothing we can get right now. And we've got a silver of Hakeem Olajuwon. Okay, so no gold. Let's go through. Oh, there's a Jordan right on top, not bad. Let's see what else we get. Definitely sticking, but the Star Attractions was not stuck, so that's good. Rodman, great. Always happy to get another Rodman. I'm not seeing much paper loss despite the sticking, which is good. Vlade Divac, Tyrone Corbin. We got, who is this? Glenn Robinson, Big Dog. All the Boilermakers out there. Some sticking more so than the rest. Dan Marley on the back. We'll just leave that as it is. Mark Jackson with the Pacers. Lorenzen Wright, Isaiah Ryder. Rod Strickland, less sticking now, interesting. George Lynch, John Stockton, very nice. Who's that? Popeye Jones. There's one of the Catch 23 Jordans. This was an interesting one I had talked about in a prior episode. There's a little Jordan head. Each one of the cards in this subset has a hidden Jordan head somewhere in the picture, so something neat and interesting you can try to pick up when you're looking through some of yours. Here's a team card for the Raptors. Team card with the Sonics, Detlef, Peyton, and Kemp. Nice squad there. Team card with the Hawks, Dikembe and the gang. Calbert Cheney. So I don't know about you, but I'm pretty pleased with how those packs went. You know, that Hakeem right on the top, you know, it wasn't a gold, but came out in really good shape. You know, there's maybe a little bit of some issues on the top corners, but you know, relatively speaking, for how a lot of these cards look when I get them, this is a much cleaner copy than some of the others I've seen, which is nice. You know, so if you're looking to get a clean copy and you find one of these packs, a pack pulled one might serve you well. You know, I think we've seen a lot of stuff recently. I haven't had great luck with sticking. Really looking at you, Skybox Premium. Those packs were brutal, and obviously all the hits that we had at least a little bit of damage, or significant damage in some cases. So as you saw with the Hakeem, a lot of times the foil cards do a little bit better to not stick. It's really the gloss, the high gloss, is one of the things that is detrimental and almost always results in sticking. You know, some embossing goes a long way to help with sticking be reduced. You know, but sometimes it's just kind of the luck of the draw. Also, sometimes you get a high gloss pack and it doesn't have any sticking because it was, it was stored well. So, you know, that's a pretty nice hit if you can get a gold that doesn't have any sticking and has, you know, really clean corners and all the edges, and especially on the back. So, you know, that was one of those cards, though, the gold penny, that I had been searching for, hunting for a long time, hard to find, and eventually I was able to get it in a price point that I was comfortable with. And you know, I think there's a couple other cards like that in my collection that, you know, they aren't the highest priced cards, but I just can't seem to find them. So question of the day for you is, what is a card that you have been searching for, hunting for, regardless of how rare or valuable it may or may not be, that you just can't find, you can't get into your collection? So drop that down in the comments. For me, the Star Attractions Gold Penny was one of them. I have since gotten that, and now the 99-2000 Flair Tradition Round Ball Collection, which is one per retail pack, you know, so not a very rare card, but those just don't come up too often, I think, because they're relatively common to pull in packs. People don't think that they hold much value, but that's one that I would love to find. So, you know, maybe down in the comments, if you drop what you're looking for, hopefully the community can come together and we can help you find what you're looking for. If I have something or somebody has something in their collection, we can pass that along to get that in the hands and in a good home. So, you know, I talked about The Last Dance. I'm enjoying this documentary. I hope you are as well. You know, wearing the warm-up, we saw Jordan, Ron Harper, a whole bunch of guys. So, you know, let the comparisons begin with me wearing this. I was hoping it would bring us a little bit of luck with Jordan. Didn't see that. But we did get a number of Jordans in this pack, which is fun. Always fun to get a Jordan in any pack. So, those are always hot commodities and fun cards to have, at least in my collection. I enjoy hanging on to those and enjoying some of those fond memories that we're now able to relive with Jordan. I know it's given me a whole new zeal to go and play some basketball, even though we're all under quarantine right now. Itching to get out and shoot some hoops and, you know, do a little bit of scrimmaging. But in the meantime, I'm trying to stay active in any way possible. But who knows what's going to happen by the end of this quarantine. I know some people have been complaining about not being able to get haircuts. I know I've been joking with people. I think everybody by the end of this quarantine is either going to look like Jordan or Dirk Nowitzki from 2003. So, you know, I think I might end up looking a little bit more like Dirk or Steve Nash. Who knows? We'll see. But that's what we got today. Thank you for watching this. If you are new here, please consider subscribing. Hit the bell icon so you don't miss any videos in the future. New videos like this will drop on Wednesdays. Any bonus content will drop on Fridays. And if you're feeling up to it, please check out the merch. We've got some fun things to wear, some fun things for your house, and you know, always adding new products there whenever there's something that seems like it might be interesting. So take a look, check back frequently. Also running promotions from time to time on there as the site allows, trying to get you guys all the products you could want for, you know, as little as possible, you know, trying to make sure it's cost effective and something we can all enjoy together. So thank you for watching, and we will talk later. Bye.